Hey everybody, Brainsmasher back again with you. Today I've got an album review and a premiere, kind of two in one, if you will, from the band When Bitter Spring Sleeps. This is a good friend of mine. You've seen him in some of my videos, Lord Sardonic's solo project, a project that I've helped out with over the years a little bit. Some people are confused and think I'm like a full-time member or something, but all that doesn't really matter. But the new album is something I'm really excited about. And I didn't intend to use my channel to advertise new albums whatsoever. So this kind of is that. But when I first heard the album, I said to him, I want to use my channel to review the album and premiere a song on it, because I think it's great and I think people need to hear it. So the new album is, we're listening to it now. This is the track that you're going to be able to listen to in full, and I'll link down below. I'll do a video that you can check out, and you can also stream the new track on the Bandcamp page. And just to get it out of the way, the CD is going to be $10, paid shipping in the US. Why wouldn't you do that? Or the digital is going to be $7. So the new album is super good. It's very courageous, and there's some really forward-thinking things going on here. And it'll kick in a minute what I'm talking about. The vocals are like nothing I've ever heard before. And Lord Sardonyx has been sort of reinventing himself vocally over the last few albums, and just kind of experimenting with this and that. And it really feels like this record is where it's all settled into place, and it feels really strong. And the music that he's written feels really passionate and very pagan sounding. It's a really uplifting sort of album. There's the vocals kicking in there. So it's like space monks is what we're like basically calling it. It sounds like a church choir almost, of like an all-male church choir of vocals just howling throughout space, and it's really interesting to hear and satisfying. And it doesn't really feel like your traditional clean vocals whatsoever. There's lots of harmonizing going on with the vocals, and it's still indistinguishable in a way that like most black metal vocals are. You can't make out the words that they're singing, but it still feels satisfying in a way that vocals do. And I don't know, I think it's really cool. I think it really works well for this sort of like astral, space-themed sort of record, which it is. It's called Star Throne. THROWN, as in throne to the stars. So I haven't had a chance to read the lyrics. I don't know what the album is about, but I have been so far the only person allowed to listen to the album, so I'm very thankful for that, and I've been really enjoying it. The album was mastered by Andrew Della Cagna, who also worked on Nichochwen, plays in Nichochwen, and also Obsequii, a beloved band. And so When Bitter Spring Sleeps is a project that started back like probably 12 years ago or so, when he and I were playing in Satan's Almighty Penis. He started doing just solo work, and eventually Satan's Almighty Penis didn't work out. So I'm glad that he had this to fall back upon, and he's been really keeping himself busy with this project. But this album, far and away, it feels like the album that he's spent the most time perfecting and writing. I can tell also that he's been listening to maybe some new sorts of music to inspire him to write this album. It sounds quite a bit like Summoning at times, but also it kind of does stand on its own 2 feet in a way. Originally, I just can't really put my finger on what this reminds me of. There's really nothing specific that I can compare this to that would tell you, what this album is like. So to me, that's exciting. To a lot of people, I feel like, well, if it's something I've never heard of, then I don't know how interested I'm going to be in it. So I strongly encourage you to challenge yourself and listen to something a little bit out of the ordinary. It's a really great record. It's pretty rewarding when you kind of hear that vocal pop up in the first track, and you're like, what the hell is this? It's really refreshing, and it works really well with the album and the music going on. Another improvement over the last album. I wasn't really a fan of the last album all that much. It kind of felt like leftover tracks from the great album Coven of the Wolves, and I think Lord Sardonyx recognized that was kind of a weak point in his writing, and I think that led to a lot of renewal and a lot of rethinking the project. And so within the band's discography, this does feel like a very new era almost, and like even just outside of the band, this feels like something that could influence a lot of other people to start kind of thinking a little more forwardly or outside of the box, vocally especially. It just catches your attention at all times, the vocals that are going on here. So, like, by all means, it's nothing aggressive. It's nothing like your typical black metal. It's just a very passionate, thought-provoking, and I guess I would say it sounds like a very spiritual album to me. And I think that's what he was really going for in creating a pagan metal record that sounds strong and triumphant and passionate. So I highly recommend checking it out. I'm going to shut up for now. Down below, there will be a link to another video on my channel in which you can check it out. If you're subscribed, you'll just get it in your regular notifications. So thanks for watching. Please check out the new When Better Spring Sleeps song, premiered here on Brainsmasher's Channel of Hell.